Good evening. Thanks for extending the comment period here a little bit for us. A few things I'd like to go over are a little bit of different information tonight. I've been living here for 37 years, grew up here, went to school here, and have my family business here. I've never seen our community as divided as it is now. People are divided, the community is divided, businesses are divided, the town and village is divided. It's divided over one thing, a moratorium. This moratorium is unique because it's brought to us by some folks that's what they specialize in. But they're the only ones that specialize in that. It's called the CEDC, Citizens Environmental Defense Council. It's David Slotsky and his wife, Helen Holden Slotsky. They're professionals at putting in moratoriums. And then they back that with free advice, correct? It's a free draft they give you to put in as your moratorium. Okay, that has to come from somewhere. That payment comes from somewhere to do that. They don't operate for free. Their money comes from the Park Foundation. Now the CEDC, who put the moratorium in, is on a bias, okay? They're against fracking, okay? Therefore, their funding comes from the Park Foundation, who's also against fracking, came out and stated this publicly. So we're entertaining them, and I don't think that's good politics when you have one side telling us what to do. So that's a big concern. Okay? And that concern has now divided our community. Again, divided our businesses. I'd like to offer tonight a different solution, possibly. There's two things I bring to you tonight. The first one is the village has a commerce committee, correct? Economic Development Committee, and who sits on that committee? Mr. Bose and Dale, correct? Okay, as a Commerce Committee, Economic Committee, Development Committee, have you engaged North Energy at all in conversation?
No.
Okay, and if you don't mind, and you don't have to answer this, is there a reason?
Because we haven't engaged anybody.
Okay, but yet we want to put a no, not welcome sign up for businesses that develop natural gas here. We have a huge opportunity on the edge of our village here is one of their field offices. And they're here, and as what was pointed out earlier, more than 50% of our land in the village and town is under lease by this company. Now, Norris has claimed bankruptcy, but Chapter 11 bankruptcy, much different than Chapter 13 personal bankruptcy. Okay? Chapter 11 bankruptcy means we're restructuring. They've got a lot of equity, very little money right now. Okay? And that's due to New York State not helping them out either. So here on the edge of our town and village, we have a business that wants to come here. Now, we share this vision of what our town and village, or our village can look like. We have that visions group that we put together. And there's some nice things they like to do there, but that requires revenue. You can get grants for that, but that grant still, in the future, is going to require more revenue. Here we have a business, right here, that brings real revenue, no tax incentives, and brings back an ad valorem tax to us, spikes that up even more, so we're drawing more money into our village here to be able to build our vision that we want. But yet no one's engaged them. The Oxford Industrial Development Association that we have here in Oxford hasn't engaged them either. What I ask tonight is that the board delay the vote of the moratorium, take 45 days, sit with these folks, North Energy, and go over what it is that you're concerned with them first. I think they're entitled to that. I think we're all entitled to see the business opportunity that could possibly be here, how we can work with them rather than putting a not welcome sign on a possible opportunity. That's the first option, okay? And I really hope that's something that we can do here. Okay, I think we owe it to the business, at least, and it's a 45-day delay, rather than putting on something that could scar us. The second thing I have to present tonight And it saddens me, and I hope we don't have to do this. But we do have the intent of a lawsuit if a moratorium is voted in. Can I hand that to you? This lawsuit is a very unique one. Okay, it's the people, landowners, and businesses versus the Village of Oxford and its trustees. Okay? What the intent is here, number one, is to show that a moratorium of this nature is illegal. Okay? And number two, the landowners are a little tired of the CDDC coming in and putting these moratoriums in illegally, knowing the funding and the bias behind them. So it's also to expose that entire agenda and with a lot of media. So I really hope we don't turn Oxford into that center of attention, because I think we have a huge opportunity here that we can work with the businesses, possibly bring more business here, and operate safely. Again, what you're looking for in your moratorium, most of this is already addressed in the S-guys, the old S-guys, not the new one, because we haven't seen that yet. At the county, and if a lease was involved with village property. So I'd like to ask again, I don't want to see this come to play. Okay, I'd like to ask for 45 days. Okay, and that cool-off period to just engage the business. Now, I talked to Dennis Holbrook, one of the owners of North Energy tonight, and he's more than willing to come to town and meet with the board. Okay, and take your interest into consideration. Let's take a look at it. That's my request. Thank you.